What if the most powerful, uncopyable asset in your business isn't your product, your marketing, or even your technology? Every entrepreneur eventually learns the same expensive lesson. A great idea can survive bad timing, but it cannot survive bad people. No level of sophistication in product, marketing, or technology compensates for broken character inside the organization. When we say people over product, we're not dismissing innovation. We're acknowledging a fact of competitive markets. Most products can be copied, but integrity, discipline, and trust cannot. Those become your ultimate edge. In this episode, you'll learn why character is the non-negotiable asset in business design, how to identify it, how to codify it into systems, and how to scale culture without diluting core values. That is why reputation is a form of liquidity. Talent can launch a company. Character builds a reputation, and reputation determines longevity. Imagine two founders with equal skill. Both can read financials, close clients, and hire well. The difference appears the moment pressure hits. Deadlines tighten, revenue slips, conflicts surface. Here's what happens. The competent but unprincipled leader cuts corners, blames others, and creates microtoxicity. The competent and principled leader confronts issues head-on, preserves trust, and restores momentum through clarity. Over time, the second earns compound credibility. Their network expands because partners know that deals with them close cleanly. Those answers identify where trust leaks begin. When you can't trust someone's word, you have to pay for paperwork. Let's simulate the math. In a 10-person team, one toxic hire consumes 20% of leadership attention and triggers attrition worth half their salary again in replacement costs. That's roughly a $100,000 annual drain before you feel it on the profit and loss statement. The problem is it never shows up as a line item called character. It disguises itself as slow projects, missed deadlines, or recruiting slippage. Engineers will blame architecture, sales will blame pricing. The root is cultural entropy, values violated in plain sight. Smart leaders conduct integrity audits. If you're finding these insights valuable for building your million-maker mindset, consider subscribing to the channel to ensure you don't miss future episodes and strategies. Competence. You do what you promise with skill. Consistency. You do it every time without drama. Care. You consider the impact beyond your own gain. When these three qualities operate together, trust compounds. Remove anyone, and you introduce friction. Culture, therefore, isn't about company swag or happy hours. Culture is a software of mutual trust. It tells people how to operate when nobody's watching. If you have to micromanage ethical behavior, your business is already expensive. Hiring for character requires different questions and a different tempo. Speed kills quality in recruitment. Character reveals itself through time and pressure. 3 tests produce clarity. A. The future tense test. Ask, what are your 5-year goals? People without goals drift. Drifters erode momentum inside a goal-driven team. Character shows as direction. B. The pressure test. In practical interviews, simulate stress, tight deadlines, role-playing conflict, ethical dilemmas. Observe calmness, ownership, and respectful honesty. C. The reflection test. Ask candidates to describe mistakes they've made and corrections afterward. Mature professionals recall specific failures without defensiveness. Ego deflection is a disqualifier. True A players present humility as evidence of growth. They understand that awareness is an asset. Hiring for visual style or single skill competence may improve the next quarter. Hiring for character improves the next decade. It lets you scale trust without constant founder presence. Culture scales through codification. Write down the behaviors that define your standards, not just the values on a poster. For example, integrity. We assume positive intent, but verify facts immediately. Accountability. We own outcomes without excuses and submit data first, opinion second. Excellence. We document how we win so others can duplicate it. These micro rules ensure consistency across offices and nations. When new employees can predict what's commendable versus criticized without asking, culture has been compiled successfully. Think of codification as open source ethics. Cultural debt accumulates when leaders ignore small ethics violations because the offender produces strong results. You keep a toxic person just until we find a replacement. That brief compromise costs 10 times more in morale than it saves in money. The antidote is moral speed. Address breaches immediately and publicly for context, not humiliation. Show the organization that principle outranks performance. It's a signal that integrity is non-negotiable currency, not bonus behavior. Every time you choose to fire for ethics instead of tolerating for skill, you purchase credibility with the entire staff. That's the true loyalty program. Business partnerships magnify whatever already exists in their participants, competence and flaws alike. Before signing equity, audit alignment. Ask 3 questions. 1. Do we want success for the same reasons? 2. Do we define integrity the same way when money is on the line? 3. Could I trust this partner with my absence for 6 months? If any answer hesitates, the deal costs too much no matter the valuation. There is no insurance policy for character. Once breached, even legal language cannot restore ease. The best partnerships thrive because both sides see each other's sacrifice as security. They invest with mutual clarity that long-term reputation is worth more than short-term gain. One visible act of integrity from a leader rewires culture more effectively than 10 handbooks. 3 behaviors demonstrate ethical leadership daily. 1. Transparency in decision logic. Explain why choices are made, not just what was decided. When logic is visible, followers don't need rumors. 2. Consistency under pressure. Keep principles identical during crisis and calm. The moment rules shift when stakes rise. Trust shrinks. 3. Proportional compassion. Balance accountability with humanity. Hold standards firm, but respond to mistakes in context. Empathy is not leniency. It's information gathering through respect. Employees replicate tone faster than policy. Reputation is compound interest on character. It grows slowly, then suddenly. Consider the client who refers you after seeing you deliver consistently for 3 years. That referral requires 0 marketing spend, but has near 100% close rate. Multiply that by hundreds of interactions, and your brand becomes a gravity field. Opportunities find you by default. Each time you choose ethics over expedience, you deposit into that reputation account. The balance appreciates silently until the day you need it. A refinance, a public crisis, a lawsuit. Then interest shows up as forgiveness, benefit of the doubt, and market resilience. In short, character is a hedge against downturns. Over time, your organization becomes resilient not because drama never happens, but because principles recover faster than problems spread. Begin with promises to self. If you skip your own commitments, subordinates will mirror it. Use micro-integrity training. Set 3 daily non-negotiables and track completion. Practice. Radical candor. Feedback delivered quickly and kindly eliminates politics. Delay creates resentment. Reward. Ethical courage. Publicly commend employees who raise concerns or admit mistakes. Investors look for financial returns. Great leaders seek character returns. Money without trust is volatile. Capital anchored in principle is durable. When markets shift, technology obsoletes, or strategies age, the organizations with strong characters endure. They can pivot without losing identity because their values act as compass headings. So the next time you evaluate performance, measure it twice, once in numbers and once in trust. Profit tells you what happened. Trust predicts what's next. People over product is not philosophy. It's strategy. Because the market copies everything you make except who you are. If you found this episode valuable, make sure to subscribe to the channel for more strategic insights. And to continue building your million maker mindset, stay right here for our next recommended video.